Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Intensity Racing League Short Track Series presented by Intensity Broadcasting. Tonight, these super late models will be trying their stuff at Myrtle Beach Speedway for some exciting racing. I'm your announcer, Atlee @ManWeese, and I'm going to be your announcer tonight. But joining me tonight to call the action is fellow iRacer Alex Veith. Alex, how you doing tonight?
Good. It's hump day, and we're actually at one of my favorite short tracks on iRacing, so I'm excited to watch this.
Yeah, sadly, last year, Myrtle Beach in real life did close down, so this is the only way that we can get to race on, or get to see or race on Myrtle Beach, so it's cool that iRacing can do that. Some other tracks that are closed with iRacing has North Wilkesboro. They have USA is closed. Lanier isn't in its full racing form. It's now like a go-kart road course. So iRacing allows for you to race on tracks that don't really exist anymore, and that same thing goes for Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, USA International Speedway, it doesn't exist at all. Like, it is warehouses now. Like, they bulldozed it warehouse. So it is, in iRacing, it is legitimately the only way you will ever race there.
Right now we look on the board for practices. We're now under 1 minute left in practice. There you see my personal favorite part of Myrtle Beach is those turtles on the bottom of the track. Is they're little, let's see, we can try to get into the turn here and be able to see them, but they're very, very tricky. Get around. There they are, those little bumps right there.
Yeah, if you're not careful, those will actually tear your car up.
I believe that if you hit one of those turtles once, it accounts for 2x, and it can hurt your car a little bit. So we'll see how these drivers react to those turtles being on the bottom of the track, as we are now officially done with practice, as Kyle Meyer was on the top of the board with an 18.88. Brendan Queen in second with an 18.89. And we actually had Brendan Queen on the Intensity Broadcasting podcast last Sunday, and we had a great interview with him. So if you're interested in learning a little bit more about one of our racers, make sure to check that out. It's on Facebook, and you can also listen to it on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Good thing to listen to, on the commute to work, that kind of thing.
Interesting. I didn't know it was on Spotify. I'm going to have to do that. I've been watching the Facebook videos.
Yep, it's good for if you have maybe Bluetooth hooked up in your vehicle. You can listen to that while you're on the road. And it's also on Apple Podcasts, so wherever you listen to your podcasts. And it's also on YouTube as well, as we take a look at Tyler Tomasi. He's on the track right now. He missed last race, but of course there's a drop week, so that's not going to affect him too much in points. As he jumps on the top of the board with a 19.03. Ooh, and he's going to pull it down to the apron.
Yeah, I think I caught a glimpse of some right front damage on that car, so he might be hoping to throw down a heater for the last lap.
Daniel Folds in the 09. This is his get to speed lap. Yep, so he's gonna do one more time around this oval and then he will get his time. Looks like Matt Knight's got on the board 19.61. Second place. Daniel Folds getting on the board now, and he jumps to the top. It came down to the thousandths of a second, but he ended up beating Tyler Tomasi. There's Tillman Hewer. He's in third with a 19.30.
Blake Stallings at the top of the board.
He was fastest in practice, so we know he's got a fast car. And there he go. Oh no, that was Kyle Meyer. No, that's Blake Stallings. And Blake Stallings, he's also very good. He was third in practice, so watch out for him. As it also came down between him and Daniel Folds. Daniel Folds also had an 18.99, so it came down to the thousandths, and Blake Stallings was faster. We do have two more cars that need to get on the board. Kyle Meyer and Brendan Queen, who are both our two fastest in practice. Kyle Meyer in that 88 machine. He has one win this season at Langley Speedway. And Brendan Queen has 2 wins at Nashville. No. There's our first race. It was at one of the Florida tracks, Five Flags or New Smyrna. I believe it was at Five Flags. Yep, and then he won last week at Bristol, and that was a fantastic race. A lot of close action. And looks like Kyle Meyer jumped to the top of the board with an 18.90. Queen
tops that.
Wow. What a time right there. 18.86. Jumps to the top of the board, and he might be able to improve on that. Little insult to injury there for Kyle Meyer. No, it was a little bit slower that second time, but still, good first lap for Brendan Queen, and that's going to put him on the pole for this race here at Myrtle Beach. The race information: 65 degrees, which is the lowest temperature iRacing allows, 24% humidity. It's a little bit of a cloudy day here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And it's also pretty windy, 6 miles per hour wind speeds.
Yeah, but that track temp's still 85 degrees.
Oh, yeah, I just now see that. You can also see the track temp. And there was a little look at the shape of Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is a very, very odd shape compared to other short tracks.
Yeah, that front stretch kind of has a little dog leg kink in it, and that's kind of what makes me like this track so much.
I have less than 10 seconds left in qualifying. There's just a scenic look at this track that is now closed. Pit stop, Myrtle Beach Speedway concessions. Got the fans in the stands. We are now gridding for this event here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. There you see the cars getting set to go, and here's our starting lineup presented by Intensity Broadcasting. With an 18.857, he jumps to the top of the board. It's Brendan Queen in the 03 starting on the pole. Second place, we have the 88 of Kyle Meyer. Starting third is Blake Stallings. Outside of him, we have Daniel Folds. And then rounding out your top 5, it's Tyler Tomasi. Starting 6th, we have Tillman Hewer. And then starting 7th, last but not least, we have Matt Knights.
Yeah, it looks like capacity crowd tonight here for this 50-lap shootout. There are no COVID social distancing protocols in place tonight. Those stands are packed.
This is some of the best super late model racing around, especially after what happened last week at Bristol. I mean, that was fantastic racing. The top 5 was very close to each other, and I think the same thing is going to happen. Brendan Queen, Kyle Meyer, Blake Stallings, Daniel Folds, and Tyler Tomasi are all going to be battling it out for first place.
Oh yeah, this is really anybody's race. Like, if you were to ask me right now who the favorite is, I couldn't tell you.
Oh, me neither. I mean, we have such a great field of drivers. A lot of them race in real life.
Yeah, one of the regulars, Isaiah Gill, is missing tonight because he has to prep his own race car. So, I mean, tough break for him, but I mean, he's got that drop week, so it's not going to affect him too much.
There goes pace car pulling onto pit road, and we are getting set for this race here at Myrtle Beach. And green flag is now out here at Myrtle Beach Speedway for a 50-lap race. There they go. Good start is Brendan Queen. It's in front of the 80 of Kyle Meyer. Kyle Meyer pulls into second. We're side by side for third. Blake Stallings and Daniel Folds.
Ooh, Daniel Folds tagged the wall there a little bit.
And we're 3 wide on the first lap. Oh, contact's made. And they're going to fall into third, fourth, and fifth. Blake Stallings is in third. Tyler Tomasi fourth. And looks like Daniel Folds is now under attack from Tillman Hewer in that 14 machine. Ooh, but he shuts the door on him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work cut out for him. I'm sure he's hungry to get back up in that top 3 where he started.
But Kyle Meyer's beginning to catch up now to the 0-3 of Brendan Queen, up there to that back bumper. There they go. Look back here for the battle for third. Also, Tyler Tomasi is trying to catch up to Blake Stallings in third.
Yeah, it's really 3 separate battles for position. There's a battle for the lead, there's a battle for third, and there's a battle for fourth or fifth.
And then there's Matt Knights.
And Matt Knight's doing the Matt Knights thing.
Look back up front, still Kyle Meyer. Right now he's being patient, trying to set up his pass. Looking at what Brendan's doing in the turns, where he's lifting, where he's braking. Yeah, I mean, with every single short track, there's always tires. Tires can play a huge factor. Back there to that battle for third. Tyler Tomasi's trying to work on Blake Stallings. He's a lot.
Tyler Tomasi's right there. I mean, he can make a move any second here. And Brendan Queen is to the back bumper of, or no, Kyle Meyer's to the back bumper of Brendan Queen.
There goes Tyler Tomasi.
There goes the move.
He's making the pass in 1 and 2, and not quite clear.
He's battling back on the top.
Ooh.
Trying to outbrake him, but can't quite get it done as they come out onto the front stretch. Still side by side for the second lap.
Yeah, Blake Stallings, honestly, he's making the high side work for a little while, and then Tyler Tomasi makes his way into third, but there's Daniel Folds now trying to get by him. But there's a quick look at the battle of the front. Like you mentioned earlier, still Kyle Meyer's right there on Brendan's back bumper.
One driver trying to get to 3 wins and one driver trying to get to 2.
That'll help both of them in points if they can get that win. Please look now. Looks like from third to fifth, they're pretty close to each other. Ooh, Blake Stallings is blinking a little bit.
Big blink.
That's going to be hard for Daniel Folds to try to make a pass on Blake Stallings. goes again. Ping's at right now. Oh, 09 in the wall. I think that was something that Daniel Folds struggled with last week at Bristol, was that wall. He ended up finishing 4th, but he might have had a better chance. But I mean, I don't know if... Yeah, Kyle Meyer, he's experimenting right now because he's got plenty of time. We're only lap 40 of lap 50, so he can take his time passing Brendan Queen. 14 of 50. Like there on that back straightaway, Brendan maybe extended his gap a little bit. Of course, Kyle Meyer's still there. There you see the brake rotors are starting to glow.
I'm willing to bet we don't see him move out of Mr. Meyer till about 5 to go. You don't want to pull the trigger too early and give the guy behind you a chance to learn what you did and apply it to get around you.
Oh, we got a pass maybe for 4th, Daniel Folds. Tried. That's, I believe, 4th was... Yeah,
He's
4th was where he
him.
started. Yeah, 4th is where he started.
He slides up the track, and Danny Folds is able to get under him and make the pass.
What a great pass there by Daniel Folds, able to get by Blake Stallings, but I don't think we've seen the end of Blake Stallings. Ooh, maybe, I don't know. Daniel Folds increases his gap a little bit over Blake Stallings, but ooh, got a good run it there in the turns. We'll keep an eye on that battle there.
Don't look now, but there's a battle gonna start brewing here for about 6th.
Ooh.
For between Tillman Humer and Matt Knights, there's about a 2nd gap between the two.
And
Oh, Tillman Humer's gonna shut it down, pull it off.
what is this? Looks like Tillman Hewer is going down into the pits. See what he does. Wait. Alright, so there he goes. Like he resets. Or that might be he's blinking.
He just pulled her off. Pulled the plug on her.
Must have not been the night Tillman Hewer had wanted, so but he's ended it for the night. Take a quick gander back up to this battle for 1st, and they're about the same length as they were, 10 laps ago. Kyle Meyer staying on the back bumper of Brendan Queen. Still, he's just trying different lines, seeing what's going to work for him. To try to get up there to Brendan.
You can really see him kind of working about half to 3/4 of the lane higher on entry, trying to dime the corner off, trying to get underneath him.
And I think that's a good strategy for him to do that, because that's going to help him get Brendan Queen right, I don't know, for 5 to go. As we're now 25 to go, as those two up front are a distant ways away from the rest of the drivers. Ooh, Daniel Folds gets into the wall a little bit there.
I'm honestly a little surprised that Tyler Tomasi has not reeled these guys in yet with all that fresh-ish, clean air in front of them.
Right, because when they're battling, it slows both of them down, so then the next car behind them is able to catch up, or that's normally what happens, but it looks like Tyler Tomasi is about a 1 second, a 1.6 second gap behind Kyle Meyer as the battle continues to brew up here. Boom! Tags that back bumper. Brendan Queen, let him know he's there.
Well, hey, how you doing?
Like, I'm ready to do this if you want to. Back in third.
Oh. There was almost a move for the lead. Brendan Queen washed a little high.
Yep, Queen tagged the wall right there. Again, Kyle Meyer gives him another tap, letting him know he's there. This is getting good up front. Ooh, another run there. They're running pretty much the same lap times. Last time was 11.11 for Brendan, 19.08 for Kyle Meyer. There it is. So now we can see the last lap for them. Yep, there you go. Exactly. Almost the same. 19.85, 19.87. And their best times are close as well. See what happens there. 19.9, 20.0, 20 flat, so. Oop, Daniel Foles gets into the wall. He's still trying to reel in Tyler Tomasi. Just a single tenth can get you a lot faster around the speedway.
Yeah, we're closing in on 10 to go. Kyle Meyer needs to start thinking about how he's actually going to do this. I mean, he's had 35 laps to think about it. Now it's about time to do it.
Right, you spend a lot of time thinking, and then you realize, well, I've thought about this. Now I actually need to execute it. And that's what Kyle Meyer's going to try to do with these next 15 laps.
Hey, they're coming up on the lap car, Matt Knight, so maybe set up a pick. Brendan Queen can set up a pick and get some breathing room here towards the end.
Yeah, that could be an option for Brendan Queen. We'll see if that strategy comes to play here, as they are going to be going by Matt Knight. Had a great night looking for his best finish of the season. If he stays where he is, it will be his best finish of the season with 6th. Ooh, that's a
heavy.
good.
He'll be in the top 5 before we know it.
There's a good view right there of what Kyle Meyer's trying to do here. They gotta stay off those turtles. They're getting really close to them. And it's only in turns 1 and 2, too. They're not in 3 and 4.
I think that's good. You got to go to the nose of Kyle Meyer.
Right, here comes Matt Knights. There he is. And, ooh, smart move by him. Just goes down. Does not want any part in that. Tyler Tomasi, as we see, there's still a big gap between them. And about a second. Matt Knights is into the pits. You look back up front, is still Kyle Meyer's right there. Gave Brendan another tap.
If you want to give them a perspective on how close they're running, put it on the gearbox view of Brendan Queen's car, and you'll have an idea how close these guys are running.
Here it is right here. Yep, yeah, he's right there. There's a look at his cockpit of Kyle Meyer. drink is right there. Terrible time to get a drink.
Shout out that straw though, staying steady, not moving an inch.
Right, Straw doing exactly. And oh, there's the back view of Brendan Queen. Man, he sees him.
A little wiggle down the backstretch there, but yeah, really brings in tight. A little bit of how you doing?
Yeah, that's a bump right there. If you're able to see the motor, that's a bump there for Kyle Meyer.
I am foreseeing a bump and run.
Man, that would be awesome.
I think it'd probably go about like that one clip for Martinsville in the intro video.
Oh,
That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, the Ian Martin move. I mean, I don't...
4 to go? 5 to go.
Yep, 5 laps to go. It's go time for Kyle Meyer. What you gonna do?
Gets a good run out of corner. Checks up a little bit going down the backstretch.
Ooh, he's there. It's the back bumper. 4 laps to go for Kyle Meyer.
He's just as close as ever. He can sense the emergency. That's not the word I want.
The urgency.
Urgency.
I knew what you're trying to say. The urgency of Kyle Meyer. Now it's 3 laps to go. He's right there on that back bumper, trying to think about how he's gonna do this. Oh boy.
It's gonna come down to look who's gonna poke his head in this picture a little late, but better than never. Tyler Tomasi back there starting to show up in the picture.
He goes high.
Oh, gets side by side going down the backstretch. Is this gonna be the move to take it?
Ooh. There's side by side. Ooh.
That gonna bring Tyler Tomasi in the picture maybe. Kind of pitches up by the wall. White flag out.
They're side by side. Ooh.
It's a drag race coming down the backstretch. Who's going to outbreak who going into turn 3? Kyle Meyer has the lead now, but Brendan Queen might have the run coming out of the front stretch. It's going to come down to
Kyle Meyer, I think.
Kyle Meyer wins it by 18 one-thousandths of a second.
What in the world? No way. No. That was... So Kyle Meyer wins it, but... What a close finish right there. Side by side. Down to the line. And that looked too close to call, but luckily we have iRacing. iRacing automatically decides it. Man. By a nose was Kyle Meyer.
You can get a good shot of that finish from the blimp.
Yeah, I gotta see that replay over and over again. I mean, yeah, that's how close it is right there. By a nose. Boom. There it is. That's when Kyle Meyer right there, that's exactly when he touches the start-finish line. Boom. Right there. That's how close this finish was. I mean, what in the world? That was nuts.
Yeah, you couldn't beat that. I mean...
There we go. We got it up. And now we're going to do our finishing results. There we go. So, your winner by 18 hundredths of a second. Kyle Meyer wins it here at Myrtle Beach. Brendan Queen ends up finishing second. Tyler Tomasi gets third. Daniel Fold finishes fourth. Blake Stallings finishes fifth. Matt Knights finishes sixth. And Tillman Hewer finishes last but not least. We do have all three of the top three in the waiting room. So let's start off by pulling in our third place finisher, Tyler Tomasi. Hey, Tyler, this is Atlee and Alex in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Hold on. Yeah, I got you.
All right. So, man, that was an exciting race there. You didn't have the qualifying run that you wanted. Started in fifth, worked your way up all the way to third, but you didn't have enough time to catch Kyle Meyer and Brendan Queen. You were gaining on them in the end. But, I mean, what happened here at Myrtle Beach from your point of view?
We just need more laps. I'm not a sprint driver. 50 laps is just not enough time. As you saw near the end, I started coming on because I'm just so wired to save my stuff. So about halfway, I'm used to run 100-lap races. So around lap 50, like near the end of the race, that's when I start coming on, and that's why I started gaining on them. But I don't know. The last lap, I just put it in the wall. I was pushing so hard, hoping that they would wreck each other and I could do something. But yeah, I just needed more laps.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, that can be the case where you just think, if I had like a couple more laps, I could have been there. But still, overall, a great race. Another top three for you. So, anybody you'd like to thank, sponsors or shout-outs before we let you go?
Tomasi Law Associates, RLS Performance, and Caddick Title Company.
Sweet. Well, congratulations on third place, and hopefully we'll see another great performance next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right, now let's go ahead and pull in second place, Brendan Queen. Hey, Brendan, this is Atlee and Alex in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got you, buddy.
Man, that was an exciting race that ended up coming down to the wire. You and Kyle Meyer were top two in practice, top two in qualifying, and you were with each other the entire race, including a last lap pass that came down to 1800ths of a second. And you ended up coming out second place. But still, I mean, what happened here at Myrtle Beach from your point of view?
Well, the setup was really, really bad tonight. And it was extremely tight. It would have never, in real life at Myrtle Beach, it would have never lasted. But I don't know. I tried to, just kind of start the race off at a pace that I felt like I could maintain. And then it just got worse and worse. And I was doing everything I could to just hug the bottom. I was so tight, and I was trying to make sure I could keep getting drive off. And then I knew I was in trouble when he got on the outside of me, and it was, it was either run him in the fence or drag race. And I knew I was probably going to lose unless I fenced him, but, that's not how I wanted to race or anything. He'd been running me clean, and I didn't know what the point situation was, so I don't really know where I finished in that, but I knew if I won, that would take care of the points, but I think we still got a good shot at it. But, hey, that's racing, and you win some, you lose some, but glad we could put on a good show. Congrats to Kyle on the win.
Yeah, I mean, it really tightens up the points battle between you two because I believe you're both tied at 2 wins apiece. So it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to the nitty-gritty in between you two. But were you really expecting him to move to the high side and drag race like that, or were you kind of bracing for a bump and run?
I was expecting a bump and run, and I felt like if he bumped me, I was so tight that it wasn't going to help him, and I was hoping that's what he was going to do. And, when he moved to the top, like I said, I could have, there early on, I could have probably squeezed him and made him lift, but, I was just, at that point, I was so tight, and I was risking wrecking myself, and, I knew my worst finish of the season second, so I knew the points will be maybe in my favor. I'm hoping, I don't know exactly where he finished at Bristol, but I got a first, a second, and a second, so that's kind of what I was banking on. And I guess tonight's the finale, so waiting to just see where we end up.
No, this is only
This is race 5.
Yeah, we have an 8-race season, so 3 more races. I think it's Martinsville, Lucas Oil Speedway, and then New Smyrna. So you still got 3 more races to decide this. But to close it out, anybody you'd like to thank, sponsors or shout-outs before we let you go?
Oh, well, that's my bad. I misread that. I was thinking tonight was the final night. But yeah, we'll go back to work next week. Just want to thank Old School Video Games, Duragloss, Bryn Trim for being on board. Got to thank Zach Passon for painting the car, y'all for putting on the broadcast in the league, everybody involved. And I got to give a shout out to the Mullet Mafia on the Twitch watching. And yeah, I guess we'll go back to work. It ain't over yet.
We'll keep on grinding with it. But again, congratulations on 2nd place. And hopefully we'll see another good performance next week.
Hey, thank you.
Now let's pull in 1st place, Kyle Meyer. Hey, Kyle, this is Atlee and Alex in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
And well, that was a great race. You started in 2nd place because Brendan Queen got the pole, but you stayed behind him throughout the entire race, and then it ended up coming down to the final 2 laps in. That's where you came in. You ended up making the pass on the outside, and you drag raced it to the finish, and you ended up getting the win by 0.18 of a second. But I mean, what happened here at Myrtle Beach from your point of view?
Well, like Brennan said, setup was extremely tight. So I figured I'd spend the first 3/4 of the race searching to see if I could find a line that would maybe give a little bit better cut, some drive off. And then he never really pulled away from me, but I considered the bump and run, but didn't think it would really work. It was either going to work or it was going to end up wrecking him, and I don't want to wreck nobody. So I figured I'd just try the top, see what happens.
I mean, you seem to always be able to win when everybody hates the setup. I mean, what's your secret?
Just drive through it. About all I got on that.
Well, that's what you gotta do. Just keep up with your hard work, and again, congratulations on 1st place. Anybody you'd like to thank, sponsors or shout-outs before I let you go?
All the boys at TFR, Daniel, of course, and you guys for putting on a great show. I was glad to be a part of that show right there. That was an amazing race. I don't know how you don't like that.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Again, came down to 0.18 of a second. Congratulations on your win, and hopefully we'll see another good performance next week.
Thank you, sir. That's the plan.
That was an awesome race here at Myrtle Beach Speedway. Came down to a drag race to a finish, a photo finish. 0.18 of a second with Kyle Meyer getting the win. But thank you, everyone, for tuning into this awesome race here on Intensity Broadcasting. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as we are on the road to 2,000 on Facebook and also 1,000 on Twitch and YouTube. Also, check us out on Twitter as well, and make sure to listen and stay tuned for our Intensity Broadcasting podcast on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And later tonight, we are going to have the iOS Truck Series, and that is always an exciting race, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And then tomorrow, we're going to get dirty with the Dirt Cars Pro Late Model Series. So also, turn on your notifications so you can see that. I'm Atlee Atman-Weiss, and on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting crew, I'm going to sign it out. Over and out.